Hello, this is MKS from Media Dropout, and today we'll be doing an overlook and product installation for the Logitech G500. Okay, first of all, this is the mouse itself. Very nice, 10 buttons, side to side, left, right click, middle for full scroll, and press again for precise. Then you've got the buttons on the side. This controls DPI, and here are just 3 buttons you can set using the options program that comes with the mouse. And at the bottom, the laser itself, gaming grade laser, and where we put the weight cartridge. If you have just got your G500, you should have got the weight case with it, the quick start guide, obviously in different languages, the full manual, user's guide, Logitech Gaming Mouse G500, obviously in other languages. Just goes through all the different items, the survey, the product placement, all the other different gaming accessories, and the driver disc. And later on we'll be going on the installation for the drivers so you can use the actual mouse. Also, in physical accessories we'll have the weight disc. Not the weight disc, the weight cartridge. Here you place the weights and you insert it in the bottom of the mouse. Now we'll be installing the disc. All you have to do is just put the disc in your disc tray, wait for it to load up, and now we'll be magically switching to Camtasia. Okay, from here autoplay should be on. If not, go on computer and find it, and then open and then run installer. So run setup.exe. Yes, that's if you haven't done so already. Then welcome, select whatever language you want, English, yep. Then choose your destination folder, yep, that's my main system. Yep, we'll want that. You can read license agreement, but I trust Logitech enough to believe they're not conning me. And we'll wait. I'll be back when this finishes. Okay, during this you see installing device drivers. Those are what's needed for the mouse to work and for the computer to recognize the mouse, and all these different buttons and etc. Yeah, if you move around, it says no point. As soon as it closes, that means it's finished. So, and if you search for it, yeah, we should see device settings. There's a new option. So I haven't put a mouse in yet, so it's not gonna detect it yet. So it'll recognize your mouse once you plug it in. We'll do that in just a sec. Okay, here we are now. The mouse is plugged in, and as a visual example, I'll be showing the mouse itself on this DPI setting, and also the mouse movement, showing about the same type of movement with the mouse with my right hand. I'll be putting that in the corner, and it will show you how fast the cursor will be moving. As default, the highest DPI will be 1600. Second highest would be 800. Second lowest would be 800, and the last would be about 200. Okay, so I'll be showing right now. So okay, so now as you can see, there's the DPI saying, so we'll be the highest now, and I'll be moving it right to left. Sorry about singing. and yeah, 1600. Considering the highest is 5600 on this mouse, the DPI setting, you'll be able to change those in the actual Logitech settings. As shown before, we couldn't find a device, but now the mouse is plugged in, it will be showing the device, and we'll be going over that later. As for now, we'll be going back into the second DPI setting. It should be 800, as you can see, same amount of moving, but much slower. And now we will change to the last one, slowest one. As people may be wondering, what's the point of changing DPI settings? Say if you were a sniper and you needed a bit more control over your weapon, just change the DPI setting quickly and it will be slower. And here's about 200, I think. I'll have to confirm that after the video. And there we go. See, same amount of movement, much slower speed. In the next part, we'll be looking at the Logitech settings for the mouse. As you can see, my desktop is a bit more cluttered compared to last time. This is because it's post-editing, and I'm doing this later on. So now, what we want to really check is going back to the Logitech support settings. And right now, as you can see, gaming mouse is being recognized. Now it's plugged in. Device drivers installed, and it will now recognize the mouse perfectly. So if you click on it now, straight away you get the overview screen. This is pretty much the summary of what you can do, and you get profiles. If you're really intuitive, you'd know that these would, or you've done your research, that gaming mouses have profiles for certain applications, and it will change its settings or setup depending on how you want it for that specific application. High-end gaming mouses have their own built-in processors with their own onboard memory, and they will save these profiles, and they will recognize each time you go in an application, and they will change their button setup straight away. Okay, now we go into buttons. Show basics. That's just basically changing everyone. And buttons, say you just assign different roles to these buttons. Say I want my generic button 5, which is doing nothing at the moment. I want it to be a zoom out tool. I say if I'm editing and I want to zoom out, but people might be confused. They'll be like, how can I set this to crouch? I want this to be the crouch button. And then be like, if you want to do these for any of these buttons, say if you don't want, you see DPI buttons not there for any reason, you you assign it to a generic button, and this will make the button be generic, and in game, whatever application you need, you assign the control you want to the button. Say for Counter-Strike, I want this button to be crouch. This, because I don't want it to be too far from me, and I want control on my right as well. And then I'll just assign this generic button, and in game it will recognize the generic button, and I'll be able to assign it a command, again a pointer. Before I said the defaults were 1600, 800 and 200. I got that wrong. It was actually 1600, 1200 and 600. Right now you can see my setup. I prefer 3 levels, 2000, 800 and 400. These are for sniping or control shots. This is just for general going about. I mainly use my mouse for shooter games. I don't think it's really suited to MMORPGs, considering the layout of the buttons, and like, if you want to play an MMORPG, you want like a gaming keyboard or a mouse with more accessible buttons, basically more buttons, because that's what you really want. In MMORPGs you need those buttons. Say if you want spells, stun spells, especially useful, whatever. You can change the number of DPI levels, so if you want 5, 4, 3, but I prefer 3. And I don't really know about this. I can only guess report rate would be how many times your mouse reports a second, so where it is, that'll be like a refresh rate on the screen. And then pointer movement says this would probably be raw input from your mouse instead of relying on the processor to do it for you. Okay, now we go into scrolling. That's pretty self-explanatory. Profile manager, this is basically the different settings and different profiles you have for each application. So I play Counter-Strike, so I assigned the actual run file ho2.exe from my Steam apps, and every time it recognizes that open, it will automatically change to those settings on the mouse. So just turn application to detection, and yeah, on default it will be disable. You want to put switch profiles if you want this to work. And macro manager, all I can guess, I don't really know what this is for. Let me check how. I can only guess this would record your button strokes, or yeah, just record, just set like just details about your mouse and everything. That's pretty much it for Profile Manager. Okay, here we have the weight disc, got a really nice look, foam padding, got a nice stylish case, foam padding right there. Okay, now here we have the different weights, different colors, and here's the weight cartridge. Wait, hold on. Logitech. And here's the weight. Has indentations in the middle. And if we try to put this into the cartridge, say, get close up right there, just pop it in, should be as simple as that. Boom. Yep. Perfect. Later I'll be showing you my own setup, so we'll be right back in a bit. Okay, now is my setup. 1.7 grams in the middle, the lightest one, because the mouse is already long enough and I want good side scrolling speed, so I put on the 4.5s on the side. With 6 of these, the maximum weight being about 27 grams, we can't order 4.5s we can put in it. That would really make for a heavy mouse, but if that suits you, that's fine. Here we'll be putting it in, or you just slot it into the mouse like a NES cartridge or an N64 if you're from an early generation, and just push it in. Should be simple. There we go, and that should lock into place with the button there, so you can eject it.